Okay, so thank you so much for coming to see me today, Elaine and Richard, and happy anniversary for your first year. Does it feel nice to be back?
It's lovely to be back, actually. It's really nice to see everything again and just sort of remember it all.
That's good. And obviously, when you first got engaged, were you always kind of set to think about Titchwell, or how did you come across us?
No, not necessarily. I think we actually started out looking at completely different venues. We started looking at barns and things like that.
Cool.
But yeah, in the end, we were sort of looking at some different ones as well because we wanted the rooms and the accommodation.
Nice.
And so Titchwell sort of ticked quite a few boxes. So not quite what we were looking for, but yeah, we were quite surprised when we got here, I think.
Ah, that's good. And obviously we had to do quite a few postponements for your wedding, didn't we? Because of COVID, which isn't ideal, but it meant that it all turned out the way you wanted it to in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't the most ideal scenario, but it was the best option. But you guys were amazing with it. I think that's a massive win for you guys as a venue.
Yeah.
It's really nice. My mum specifically texted me and said, please mention all of the staff at Titchwell because you were all so welcoming.
That's really nice.
And so her exact wording was that everybody, all the staff celebrated with you.
That is so true. Everybody was involved, didn't they?
Yes, they were definitely very involved. We had people playing beer pong in the evening. We had one of your bar staff on the table dancing at the end of the night. But yes, it wasn't like coming to a strange place.
Yeah.
It's like coming and somebody's welcoming you to their home.
That's nice. That's good to hear.
And even coming back a year on.
Still feels like it.
Well, having people remember you.
Oh, that's really special.
Yeah.
That is
and
nice
say hello and how you're doing and things like that. So that's, again, it sort of highlights that, the feeling that you get when you're here
and I'm guessing
how you're welcomed,
one of the reasons why you kind of picked the hotel.
It's a massive reason we picked it. We had two different venues that we were looking at. The key things that we really wanted was not just to have a day.
Yeah.
So we spread it across the weekend, as you're well aware. So we had all of like the key people from the wedding the night before. So I think we had 15 rooms the night before.
Yeah.
Me and all the bridesmaids and all the girls sat around the hot tub the night before, making confetti cones and things like this. Richard, you went and played.
We had played poker.
Poker,
so we had one of the rooms across the other side.
Nice. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
And had a few of the lads around to play poker night before and things like that as well. And it was
that's good.
It was great to have everyone together in the set and then
I think
breakfast the next morning and everything as well.
Takes the pressure off, doesn't it, of trying to see everybody on the day of the wedding as well?
Yeah,
because you kind of seen
it was really helpful. But the other venue we were looking at, it was very different.
Yeah.
But it still had accommodation. We could have done the same thing. But the thing that swayed us for it was the people here.
That's really nice to hear.
You were a massive impact on that one.
Thank you.
But we said with the other one, we just felt like a number.
Yeah.
We were these are the people who are going to fill that date, not this is Elaine and Richard for their wedding day and what can we do to make that great. It was, these are the people who are looking at that day. If they don't take it, someone else will. It doesn't make a difference. So we're like, no, it's the right way to go.
And how did you find kind of all the planning at the hotel and things like that?
Definitely one for you to answer.
Yeah, I was going to, you wouldn't know. You have no idea. The amount of things on the morning of the wedding that afterwards he was like, I'm so glad you're finally here. Amy was asking me all these questions and I just thought, I have no idea.
That is above my pay grade. The questions I've been asked.
It's quite normal, don't worry, you're okay.
It was really good. It was really easy. You're fantastic at sorting it all out, like everything out. But it was more, we had some out there ideas that we wanted to do. I think it was nice when we first said, okay, if we wanted to put in a beer pong table, how would you feel?
That did it for me.
Yes.
It was nice to see kind of different ideas that you did have, and having them here was, you could tell what kind of way the wedding was going to go, and it's going to be a good fun one, which is always nice.
Yes, but it made it really simple. So we could go through and you've already got a good idea of how things can flow, and it just sort of merged in with what we'd been thinking about doing.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that I think I would have done differently. There's nothing that I look at and go, maybe I would have changed this, or maybe I could have done this. So all of it flowed really well. So it was brilliant.
And we were obviously quite bespoke in what you were after, so kind of your drinks and food and things like that. Do you remember coming in for your tasting?
Yeah.
Quite a while ago now.
Definitely. I mean, it
But
was
did that
a
help?
very long time. Yes. So having that tasting was really good. We had an idea. We knew what we wanted to do for our mains.
Yeah.
But didn't really know what to do like starter or anything. So I think we gave you a bit of a challenge for saying, we know we want lamb for the main course. What are your suggestions of what to put around it? But that was really nice, wasn't it? Because again, we came and stayed and did all of that as well.
Yes, that's an added bonus to it. And I think on the food, we did have, so I had a compliment from one of my friends who does like his food.
Right.
And he said that's the best food he's ever had at a wedding.
Aw, that's good to hear.
So yeah, I think the quality of the food was really good. The flexibility around what we wanted,
Nice.
being listened to was really good. Being able to have like our signature cocktails and different things from the drinks
That's
as
always
well.
quite fun. Yeah.
So yeah, whatever we wanted to do, it seemed like anything you sort
possible.
of work around and we could do whatever we wanted. So that was really good.
Nice. And what kind of things stood out? What do you remember most from the day for both of you?
So well, I think for me, being able to get married outside,
Yep.
and have the weather to be able to do that was
really
good.
nice, yeah.
So I think the biggest memory for me is when Elaine sort of came walking around, and then we were sort of that a lot of build up all morning, but we had to do that outside in the garden, and then have everyone out there gathering, talking, sort of socialising that first period. That's sort of one of the standouts for me, I think.
Aww.
I was trying to figure, I was like, what would be my like key thing from the day? But I don't have one. Like I just
all of it.
yeah, because it spread out. It wasn't one like when you go to a wedding and you just go, oh, that went quick. That's done. Like I can remember days worth of us being here and doing things, which it wasn't it wasn't just over and done with. Like we had multiple days of seeing people and going out, and because the night before we went to Eric's Pizza down the road and got to show off like the sort of area as well, because a lot of people coming from the wedding weren't from Norfolk.
No.
So we could be like, oh, isn't Norfolk nice? Come and see everything we've got here. But it's just really nice to have it. And you've got a lot of flow. There's a lot of space here. So you can have people doing different things at different times.
Yeah.
Like when you've got the bar and the music and everything, everybody who's then got to the end of their evening and going, I'm winding down now, I could sit in the living room and just have a bit of a chill out.
That space as
So
well.
I think the different sections within the hotel is quite cool.
That's good.
Because it is, like you said, you've got different function areas for different things.
It breaks it up a bit for you, doesn't it?
Where we had like games in one area,
Yeah.
we had like just the seating area, then you've got the dance floor. It was all it worked and flowed quite well, and sort of groups sort of split out. So
That's good.
Nicely.
And if you could pick a few words to kind of sum up the hotel.
It's definitely beautiful. It's lovely. I think one of the things that really does it is the light in this room.
Yeah.
Norfolk is a lot of barn weddings, which Richard did want but didn't get. But the thing with this one, when you're looking at, okay, I want to be all white and glowy for my wedding day, stick yourself in a really bright room.
And it's
a really good way to do it. But yeah, it's really nice. The rooms are fantastic. As you know, I had a wonderful time picking which room everybody was going into. That was really enjoyable to think, who do I like the most to get the best rooms? But they're really lovely. It's not like we'll come here and your function space is lovely, but the rooms are nice as well, and the grounds are really lovely.
It kind of reflects through the hotel, doesn't it? It goes through everywhere.
The whole thing's got a really nice, classy feel to it.
Good.
And everybody's so welcoming. So it's not like you're going to a sort of stuffy venue where you feel like you can't do something or say something or anything like that. If there was anything that we were like, well, could we do this? You're just like, let's do that. Let's make that one work.
I think going back to that, looking at those words, welcoming is a really good one.
Yeah.
In terms of if you want to describe the hotel outside of what you see and the grounds itself, I think welcoming, caring, personal
thanks.
would be the words I'd use.
Thank you, that's very kind. And any tips for anyone who's looking to get married here or is scheduled to get married here?
I think a lot of the sort of tidbits that I'm passing along to a lot of people is really consider who you want around you on your wedding day.
Nice.
So I got really lucky with all the suppliers that we had. But speaking to who you're going to have is a good one.
Yeah.
So when I can look back on it and go, well, actually, I got on really well with the photographer. He was absolutely fantastic, and we could just leave him to it.
Yeah.
The florist was really nice. You're like hair and makeup people. You spend all morning with them, so don't get somebody who you're just a bit awkward around or anything. They're all part of your wedding. And like you, you're a fantastic person to have in it and be around for the day. If you weren't you, if you were just a sort of corporate face to something, it wouldn't have been the same.
Oh.
So it's just that sort of making sure you're comfortable where you are.
Nice.
And I think make the most of the space. There's a lot of space and a lot of different things you can do here, and I think we did that quite well. I think we looked at what the areas were, looked at what we could have in each area. To spread it out so you're not just in one room. I think make the most of the grounds, make the most of the space.
Utilise it all. Yeah, it's very important.
And if they can, do stay for multiple nights. It's definitely worth it.
It makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
And that we had the beach for the photos as well, and we were able to do that as part of it was added bonus. It wasn't something we were looking for, but when we were so close to the beach,
it made sense.
And those are some of the best photos we had, even though it was quite blustery.
That's an understatement, and it was freezing.
You committed to it though. Well, it's been really nice talking to you both again about your very, very special day. And as I say, it was a pleasure to be a part of it. And thank you for choosing the hotel again. And make sure you come back and see us every anniversary.
We will do.
That's the plan.
Good. Thank you.